people. This is Dixie from Women of Experience, and I'm here with my bestie at Bourbon and Branch. That's what it's called?
Bourbon and Branch.
Down here Philly Restaurant Week. So the other day I did a poll, and we did a poll on what is something that we wish we knew in our 20s that we know now. And overwhelming response was, again, financial literacy.
Yes.
So, want to start off by allowing my bestie to introduce herself because y'all just can't call her bestie. I call her bestie, and my baby called her Titi. So, let her introduce herself.
Hello, guys. This is Lady Locks Philly, located here in Philadelphia. Been in business and a brand for 25 years now. And I am here to support this wonderful new podcast. I'm so excited for my friend because her win is my win.
That's
and vice
friendship.
versa. So we can get this started.
All right. So, quick question, friend, because we supposed to have more people,
Right.
but the
The
snow.
weather outside is frightful.
It snowed this. It snowed this. Yeah. We're located in Philly. So, yeah, we're still recovering, but we had cabin fever and we broke out. Yes, I ran away from home again. Don't
Out
judge
of
me.
there, out of there.
But, Frank,
hmm
what is something that you wish you knew in your 20s and why?
I wish I knew how to save.
Another financial literacy.
I really wish I knew how to save and that I would have worked on my credit. I wish I would have been to more therapy so that I can learn how to communicate properly with people and maintain extremely healthy relationships. Um, There's so many things. You're in your 20s, you know absolutely nothing. And I'm still figuring it out at 48. So, I'm pretty much still learning. What are you?
My thing that I wish I learned in my 20s was definitely financial literacy. Sidebar story, and I don't know if I ever told her this. When I walked onto the college campus, I had two kids. I had my oldest two boys. I was 19 because I had to repeat 11th grade. I'll go into that another time and place. And when I walked on the college campus, I didn't know nothing about money. I knew that I had two kids. I needed books. They needed things. I had a little job. I had a car. I was responsible for my own car insurance. I was responsible for the gas in my car. And I still had to pay a little rent where I lived because I still was living at home. But I still helped my parent out. And when I walked onto the college campus, they bombard you with credit cards. And when they bombarded you with the credit card, you just took it. You didn't read the fine print. And in my household, we weren't really taught about credit. We weren't taught about credit. So here I am, 19 years old, two children.
And they're offering you a car with a bunch of money on it.
And let's also go a step further. The Institute of College was not founded to benefit Black and brown people. It wasn't. So when we're here, I'm sitting up here and I'm trying to figure out all of this stuff that is going to cost me money at one time.
Yes.
Parenting, college student, finances. So I took the card and I maxed it out.
And I didn't take the card because I was afraid of taking the card because I usually don't jump into anything that I don't know a lot about.
See, and this is why this dynamic works. Impulsive, not impulsive. Impulsive, not impulsive.
It's a good balance.
Yeah, and I
need to learn how to be like,
I impulsively took the card and I used it. I didn't waste it. I had my books.
Yeah, you did.
I had everything that I needed. I paid my car note for a month or so.
They don't educate you on when you get the card, how you're supposed to maintain it, and how you're supposed to spend with it.
And I did pay the bill. I paid the bill for a while. I really did until life. And it was like, pay the car, Pampers, pay the car, or, honestly, get my nails done. And I didn't pay the car. And by the time I went to get back on pay the card, because the savior, which is what? The refund checks, it had already been closed out.
Right.
And when I went to look around at my credit again, my credit was tanked. So I went to doing what I knew to do based on what my father did, which was pay for everything in cash.
Cash.
As long as I worked, I had cash. And if you remember back then, credit really back in early 2000s, it was a thing, but you could get away
You can
with
still
not. You
get
could get
stuff. You
away
still can get an
when a
apartment.
place
You
get.
can still exactly.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
You can still get away with not having credit as long as you had a job and you could show the means. Even with the apartment,
Yep.
they may have made you
Can't do
pay
it now.
first, last, and 2 months security.
Exactly.
I didn't start getting into wanting to learn about credit until my oldest boy asked me about credit. He came to me at like 16 because he was in Roman Catholic. So, he's around a different and a mixed dynamic of people. And he started asking about it. And, as a mom, I never want to be the mom that they
That
can't come
come to for
ask,
everything.
right,
Yeah.
and figure out what was going on. So he started asking for books. He started asking for books on the Rockefellers.
Wow.
And I started getting him these books and I started reading about it. And I had a few people that I had even hired to work on my credit and start removing the
Did
things.
that
And
once. Yeah.
and when I went and got my credit, when I pulled my credit, it was a 502.
Baby.
And I was in my 30s. I was in my 30s with a 502
Well,
credit score.
nobody was putting emphasis on how important it was for you to get your numbers up. And if you didn't learn it from your parents, let's be honest,
You didn't know?
you didn't know.
And again, at 30, with a 502 credit score, I was a business owner.
Mm-hmm.
I had a car.
Mm-hmm.
I was renting. This was what my second or third property that I was living in. We wasn't doing bad
Right.
to what we understand. I was making it,
Right.
but my credit sucked.
Right.
So once I wound up fixing my credit, I wound up getting over a 700,
Mm-hmm.
and I bought my home. My interest rates on my car when I went to go get a different car and put a note on it, I seen the difference
Right.
in the payment and the amount. Because when our credit got cleared, I went and bought a 2017 Hyundai Santa Fe.
Mm-hmm.
I love that car. Got crashed. And it was the year to date. It had literally like 5 miles on it.
Wow.
And I didn't have to do anything down.
Right.
I did, but they were offering me that car with nothing down. And that's when I started understanding the power of credit. And then I wound up getting a bookkeeper and financial advisor for the business and wound up getting business credit and so forth
Yes.
on. But yeah, one of the things I definitely wish I knew in my 20s was about credit, about, saving, because, it was like, YOLO, I'll get paid again on Friday. As long as I wasn't dead cracked,
Right.
as long as I had at least real rat
A little rule
$1,000
around. Yes.
for emergencies, like with $1,000 I can rent a car, with $1,000 I
Right.
can fix the car for most things.
Right.
And then not gonna lie, I had my dad. So I really wish I knew financial literacy.
Yeah.
That was just a little story about why I wish I knew about financial literacy.
Yeah.
Mental health, that's something nobody said.
I'm not Yeah, I wasn't finished with my list because I
Yeah,
said
what about the mental health?
relationships too.
But elaborate on the
But
mental health, because a
mental
lot of
health,
people don't, especially, we don't really, that's starting to be a thing now with
yeah,
social media, with all the,
it's faddish now, but it was taboo before.
right, it really was.
So if you went to counseling, then like everyone, what's wrong with you? All you have to do is go to church.
Mm,
All right.
yeah,
So,
I'm gonna tell y'all about my church getting kicked out of the church and called the devil because I asked questions.
yeah. So
And now y'all see
I've
me
been going
garbed
to
up.
therapy on and off for a very long time.
Me as well, since a child.
Yeah. So.
And honestly, I knew I had to go, but I didn't understand in depth what I should be getting out of therapy. You understand what I'm saying?
We weren't taught how to unpack. You have to unpack
The-
all that stuff that's in your attic. You gotta unpack all the stuff that's in your vault. So head and heart needs to be taken care of right off. But if nobody is taking time with you, because nobody took time with them, and then nobody took time with them, it's a generational curse.
Yeah, and it keeps going. It keeps going.
Like I remember people frowning upon me because I decided to breastfeed. It was like, oh, that's ugh.
Yeah, and now people.
And everybody is just some people selling milk now.
Yeah, donuts milk. Donuts milk. I had that with the twins. My twins were born premature, and I couldn't make enough milk for both of them. And being as though they were in the NICU, I did not want that. And they had neck. I can't pronounce the whole word for it, but it's neck, NEC. They had it twice.
Okay.
And they were saying like the best milk for them for their digestive system was breast milk. And I'm like, I don't have enough.
Yeah.
But then they started educating me on donuts milk, and I was like, donuts milk? Like, what if that lady got something? And then they told me like the
Oh
process
no,
they go
had
to
they had to check
sterilize
you
it
and all that. Oh,
and all of that. And I actually was in there with a mom who baby was in the NICU, and she she volunteered to be my donor.
Okay.
And once they would, they would take her, they would process her, sterilizing and everything.
Yeah.
She was doing donor's milk. So I know a lot of people are probably still going to be like, you gave your baby donor's milk? Yes, I did.
Yes.
And it got my babies out
And
the
I wish
hospital.
I would have done it because I had an excessive amount of milk. I breastfed them till 8.5 months, both of them. And I wish that I could have just processed. I needed that extra money back in my 20s. Darn it. So if I knew it was anything, I'm a hustler. So if it's anything I can sell, it's up. It's going out of here. It's gotta go. So yeah.
But relationships, that was another. The surprising thing is financial literacy was the top thing that people wish they knew in their 20s. Then I had a few people that said about relationships. Oh, the stories I can tell about the relationships in my 20s. If I can tell my younger 20-year-old something self what I know now, it would be about relationships. It would be to be patient. And my brother told me something that resonates and sticks to me to this day. He's dead and gone. And I was in my 20s. He said, once you start elevating your life and getting yourself together and you become a better person, you can demand a better quality of man or a better quality of mate.
Yes.
Because people on BS will see that. Like they can see that whole aura. They can see
the mess.
They can see and they see what you will not tolerate, what you won't tolerate. So even if they step to you, once you start talking and they start
boundaries, you got to set boundaries. It's very important. And stick with them. Stick and stay. Don't wait till we doing good now. No, hold on to them because you're gonna need them down the line. Once they see you slipping on your boundaries, then they know that they can cha-cha slide.
To quote one of my sister, you let somebody slide, they go ice skating. She know who she is.
Yeah.
But yeah, like one of the things, and I didn't get it then. And he used the analogy. He said, would you drink spoiled milk? And I said, no. He said, why? I said, because it's spoiled. He said, okay. It's spoiled. So what? I said, it's bad. He said, okay. It's nasty. Okay. It can make you sick. He said, all of these things are the same thing that a bad relationship can do to you. If you don't want to drink spoiled milk, why are you staying somewhere that the relationship is spoiled? It's
not
sour.
Beneficial to you.
It's not beneficial
to your growth at all.
And my brother was outside. So I literally, when he said that, it made complete sense. And again, I'm not saying I didn't make any mistakes after that, and did,
honey,
but at least then I had an idea of when enough was enough.
Right.
Because I used to say with my daughter father, I was built for tough for the BS.
Right.
And he used to take me through so much stuff, and it was like, okay, I'm young. I gotta go through it. I gotta learn. That's always what I would say, especially to my dad. I gotta learn. And why do you gotta learn the hard way?
Right.
I think to myself that now, like, yeah, it's a lesson, and it's a blessing in every lesson.
Right.
But if I can go back to my 20-year-old self, some of them lessons I just would have learned by somebody telling me.
Not being hard-headed.
Yeah, that's a ditch. Like, is it? Like, that's a ditch.
The stove is hot.
And I walked
the stove is hot. Okay, I believe.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what's some other things that you wish you knew in your 20s?
Besides relationships, how to say no.
Deep.
I was such a people pleaser. So once I got a chance to figure no out, and I mean no period, not no comma explanation. It's two different no's. When I grew into
Go
that,
in
I
on
was
it.
27 years old, and I was just like, instead of always like tiptoeing around, it's no, and it's because I don't have the money to give you, or I don't. No, it's just no, and it's gonna be no until it's yes, and then it might not be, and you have to be okay with that. You know what I mean? And a lot of the times, people put you in situations that they wouldn't allow you to put them in. So you, when you start seeing who people are, it's not saying don't trust anybody or anything like that. It's just see people for who they are and believe that they're going to do exactly what they're going to do and work around that fact. If it's not beneficial to you, leave it alone. Cut it off. And I mean people, family, so-called friends, a job you don't love, cut it because you don't have that much time. You don't know how much time you got. You know what I mean? And you want to be the healthiest you can be.
It was a guy, the guy I think from Snowfall, and he did an interview, and he was talking about how, because they're not Americans, they're not Americans. I think he's like a British descent or something like that, and he was talking. I'm pretty sure it was him. If it wasn't him, I apologize if you ever watched this, but I'm be hyped that you
He's
did.
the one dating Steve Harvey's
I, but he had
he's the
said
lead.
something, and he said that in our culture, Americanized culture, we're taught that your 20s are meant to waste, to play around a party.
Right.
He said, but in other cultures, they're not taught that.
Thank you.
They're taught to thank you.
Okay.
They're taught that their 20s are meant for them to learn, to grow, to put back into.
Okay.
So that way, as they're getting older, they're resting more. We're taught the opposite. We taught to like, okay, you're 20, you got time, you got
Yeah.
time. Screw up your 20s, even till
Right.
you're 30. And now when you're 40, now it's okay, hit the gas, kick in the gear. But do you realize how far you are potentially behind by doing
I
that?
think I screenshot a quote. Keep talking, friend. I hope
Like
to
how
find it.
how behind you are when you go into starting off in your mid to late 30s and 40s. You're getting tired. Your body is not the same.
No.
Your mentality, like you're tired. Like when you're energized and you're in the best of health, and your sciatic nerve is still in place, and you ain't got sleep apnea and vertigo. I don't have sleep apnea, but I definitely got vertigo.
I do have vertigo too.
um, that's when you supposed to be out here and you grinding and you're setting the foundation for families, for generational wealth, not trying to figure it out and starting the race in your 30s, late 30s and 40s. Like this is what your 20s is for, not taken away from you enjoying your 20s,
Right.
but if you got to put in the work early on.
Can I read something for you?
Yep, sure.
All right. So you work hard in your 20s. You work smart in your 30s. You work how you want to work in your 40s. You when you want when you want to whenever you want to in your 50s. And finally, if you want to in your 60s. So they cover every decade. So you do have to work hard. You do not need to be playing around. That's when you're youngest. That's when you have the most strength to work extra jobs and do all your stuff. So all that play, it's not time for play. And I
Not in
told
this
my kids
economy.
I told them early, it's not time for play. You need to do community service to live here. You got to work a job. I want to see those grades up. Like I need all three of those things because all three of those things are going to build you. If you're not doing community service, then you're not helpful to your community, and you can't do much of anything with that.
Right. So you see our food is here. We're gonna wrap it up. One last question for my girlfriend. What season of life are you in now, right now, and what is it asking of you?
Uh, I'm in the wrapping it up season right now. Right now, I'm putting together all of my passive incomes. Um, I've been doing hair for 25 years. I had a crochet business, purse business since 2008. I started a networking group November 22nd of last year. I should be getting my certification in selling living insurance January 30th. My vending machine should be here by the summer. So I'm trying to wrap up how I can sit myself down, how I can retire myself. Because when you're an entrepreneur, you have to sit yourself down. Work doesn't do
Nope.
it for you.
Yeah, you have to set your own 401ks, IRA. You got to set all that stuff
Yeah.
up.
And then I would like to find love and travel.
Me right now, I think the season that I'm in, I'm still in parenting. Even though I have three adult kids, my youngest child is two, almost three. So I don't see myself not being in that season ever, to be honest. I
Yeah.
think one of my calling is parenting to some aspect or another. But in my season that I'm in there, I think I'm in the season of discovery. I'm discovering and I'm comfortable of where I am. My season of giving back. I just want to,
Yes.
I want to
Yes.
have purpose in life. Like Beyonce, I want to live this life. I want to leave something
I like
behind. I was
Beyonce.
here, Beyonce. That's where I'm at. I was here. I'm trying to do something that resonates and means that I'm here, and that goes into my father passing away. Regardless of what, my father left his footstep on this world with me and my children. And when he passed away, it was like, if I go today or tomorrow in a couple of, what is my life's purpose? What did I show? What did I give back?
Right.
Who did I benefit? So it's a
Right.
bigger purpose. But thanks for joining us today. Come check out. We got some good eats here at Brunch and Bourbon and
Bourbon
Branch
and Branch.
down at 7th.
705 North 2nd
I
Street.
will jack it up. But thanks everybody for tuning in. Remember, you are worthy, you are loved, and you are the woman of experience.
All right.